morning, everybody. It is the 23rd of March, and we are here in the club. We got a great group today, and we've got some videos to show you. Joe, why don't you start off, please? And tell us. Oh, no. Well, or I can start with Bob. It doesn't matter.
I'll get it over. So,
wow.
Walked out of class the other day, and on the way out, Tom said, you want to take pictures of my golf cart? And the week or two before, I had taken pictures of his motorcycle, which was probably more fun. But so I only had about, 30 seconds of video, and I thought, well, Kevin and Todd always say, bring in something. So I thought, well,
you're blaming us already for this?
I am. I gotta blame somebody. Blame the guy that even finished making this video.
Okay.
But it was a case of I had not a lot of familiarity with golf carts, and when I asked Tom why he even drove this to class or as a monitor, whatever it was, he said, it's electric, the price of gas. So I just kind of thought to myself, well, I'll start piecing something together, and it's really what I've done here.
Okay.
I'm more proud of having something to show in class than I am of the video.
Well,
we're appreciative.
Well, let's see what you got.
Tom, bright fellow that he is, has solved the high gas prices by using his electric golf cart.
It used to have, 6 car batteries in there. And they were a mess because I had to fill each cell with water. Anyway, so that's that. It's, street legal. Watch me peel rubber. So I'll see you later. Okay, burn rubber. Okay, burn rubber.
Very nice. Very nice. What do we think of that?
Good.
It was fun. It's very fun. Why did you think it was so bad?
I just tried experimenting different things.
Yeah.
And, no, I just didn't like it.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I think Joe just underestimates himself.
Well, definitely on this he did.
Oh,
Definitely. It was fun. You know, every video doesn't have to be serious or whatever. You like, especially like some of the imagery, him with the flying golf cart and stuff. To me, it's like, hey, let's have a little fun. It's a short little video.
Yeah.
That's great.
Was that opening image AI generated?
Which,
yes.
oh, that, oh, I would hope so.
No, wait a minute. God.
Just
It's-
with
it's
all the
gotta be.
saguaros there, and
Yeah, it's got to be AI.
I honestly, I can't remember.
It's got to be AI. I would be shocked. You got it somehow off the internet?
I honestly can't remember. I was pulling stuff off the internet and using different AI.
Okay.
Had the biggest problem with this one, putting the swirls in. It was, I can't wait to ask Al Crawford about all the problems I had putting those swirls in. It was like, I think there are about 5 choices you have when
Okay.
you're using AI, you know, different,
Okay.
and it was, I probably spent 30 damn minutes on this one. or one beer.
slow drinker.
You might have solved it faster if you had a couple of beers.
Well, I was trying to figure out what kind of music, and The Sound of Silence was just the only thing that came to mind, because if you look online, there are 2 selling points for electric golf carts. Okay, the quietness is listed as one, and the environmental friendliness is the other. Of course, you know, they always say with an electric car, you still have to get electricity from someplace, right? So,
Right.
Great choice of music. Are they going to burn you on that?
That's what I wanted to ask. Where did you get the music from? Is it not from Pixabay, is it? Oh, I know it's The Sound of Silence.
no, it was, yeah, I bought it.
Oh, okay.
I bought it.
Okay.
But I mean, YouTube, I was happy to take it.
Okay.
Oh, good.
All right. Well, then if YouTube's happy, then I'll be happy. I always say if somebody's bringing something and then we find out later that it has copyright and has an issue, you'll see my intro to begin, and then you won't see the section with Joe, and then we go to the next video. So
I think I mentioned that it was on YouTube already.
okay. So at some point, that's why I'm asking when you see the invite for the day, hey, if you got a video, send it to me so I can make sure there's not an issue. Okay. Does anybody have anything else on that? Well, thank you, Joe. I think maybe by lowering the bar before you started, we were like, this is great, Joe. What are you talking about? If you said this was sliced bread, then we might have said, Joe, you're crazy. All right. Well, thank you for that. Bob, you've got a video on the Asarco Mine tour. Why don't you tell us about that, please?
Okay, earlier this year, I took my son and we did the tour at Asarco Mine. And I'd gone there several years ago with my wife and brother-in-law and his family. Anyway, I thought it'd be interesting, just because maybe people haven't been there.
Sure.
I'd like to see what it is. And the other thing is, I'm with Joe that you guys have complained about not getting enough videos.
Okay.
And I think maybe it's because we've been intimidated by the fantastic quality of some of the ones we've seen. Well, this is my attempt to lower the bar and know that they do just a whole something.
If I can quickly, let me address that. please don't be intimidated to put something together. We're here to learn and get better, and hopefully the more that you do, the better you get. So please don't feel like, oh God, I can't show this because it's not as good as what I'm seeing. We want everybody to get better with their quality of their video. We all start somewhere, and I can guarantee you, if you look at the first video I ever put together, it's horrible. I mean, it is beyond bad. I look at it now and I cringe. So Todd has talked about it the same way. And so please don't be intimidated. So, all right, let's see what Bob's got, and then we can talk about it. All right, what do we think of that? What program, Bob, did you use to edit this in?
I use DaVinci. but
Okay,
I don't do it often enough.
okay,
Every time I do it, it's relearning it
well, sure.
all over again.
Well, that's all part of it. One thing there's a couple things I'd like to see you do. I'd love to see you, when you're putting your text in, put some drop shadow in there. It just helps make the text pop.
Okay.
The other thing I would suggest with the text, because you have text that's fighting with the background like that. You see how this text is,
Right.
you got lights and darks here? Think about what I always try to do is, if I can, I always want to put the text in the same spot so that there's a consistency to it. You got all this nice sky up here. On the bus shot, you have the nice sky. What do you think about putting the text up top there? It would help. It helps the viewer. They always know, okay, text is up top. Maybe it's the top, corner or something. A little drop shadow would be nice. The other thing that I saw, and I don't know what it is. What was the deal with it got pixelated here. Like right in here, what's that from?
I was on the bus. It
Okay,
was my first time using a gimbal,
okay,
and I was sitting in an aisle seat, and I was trying to take pictures through the window of the bus.
yeah, but there's like a pixelation that occurs, like right in there.
I'm not sure what that.
See that?
It can't handle the camera move.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. The algorithms just having a hard
Okay.
time interpolating it.
Okay,
Got a lot of they weren't optimum conditions.
right,
Because I was shooting through a window of the bus that
Well,
was
sure.
moving, and
sure,
in the processing plant, they also had windows.
sure.
And
Well, that's okay. I mean,
the other thing I tried, they have a nice visitor center
mhm,
where they explain stuff. And for some reason, I didn't get any pictures. So I tried to get pictures off their website,
okay,
but they were so small resolution that I couldn't use them.
sure.
Yeah.
All right,
Doug,
Todd.
could you slow something like this down to get rid of that pixelization?
I don't think you can. It's in camera. Cause I saw it again,
Yeah, there was another
inside,
part.
there's like right in here.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
And
Same
it might be
issue.
Reflection off the glass.
Yeah, but this is not a reflection. See how this is all kind of pixelated? I'm not sure. Here's one of my suggestions, if you can. Whenever you're shooting, and I've talked about this a million times, I always try to shoot just a static shot. Give me some of that for like 10, 15 seconds. Then if you want to do a move, then do a move. So in case if you had an issue like this, if you had a static shot, you could then electronically do a little zoom in or out to just give it some movement. So I always try to cover my butt, so to speak, by shooting two different ways. So that's just an idea.
So Kevin, you don't think that's art?
I don't think it's art.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah. Now, the other thing you might think about doing too, Bob, is this like a slurry pin or something?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay. I'd love to see you give us some little, like, what are we seeing here for those that maybe have never been on this tour or been to a mine? Give us a little, again, top left corner, maybe slurry pit or whatever it is.
That first part, that big drums.
Yeah,
They're crushing all the rock,
yeah,
and here they kind of separate the good stuff.
yeah. Well, and I think you've got, which is nice, you've got the thing where you're talking about this is the walkway to the processing plant. Well, then let us know that we're inside the processing plant, and it doesn't have to be these big descriptions about what's going on necessarily, but just kind of. What do you think about that idea? Just give me a little information. Might help the viewer kind of know what's going on.
Well, one of the things I was gonna suggest for your next project is try narration, voiceover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would be nice, definitely, just to give it a little something. You could then talk about, we're inside the processing plant, this is the slurry pit. And sometimes that's information you can get from their website. So you get everything just perfect. That's a good idea, Sam, I like that.
And we know that Bob can do narration.
Oh, yeah. Well, exactly. Well, and like I said, the other thing too is, and I always bust chops about this, is see that you're doing the zoom, but then you've got the black edging here. You need to, when you're doing your zoom, make sure that this edge is a solid picture.
That's where it helps to click on making the edge
Make-
red.
Well, yeah. Have you talked about that in your class?
Yeah,
Okay, it's the same thing here.
yeah,
Give me a little, you got the static shot of the bus, but you still have the black edges, so you either need to crop if you're not gonna add the movement. Or give us a little zoom in or zoom out. And it doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit, just gives it a little life. And Todd's talked about in the viewer on DaVinci, I guess you can set it so that there's a red box.
right. Default is black, but you can switch it to gray or red.
Okay,
Since we found that, we switched it to red
it's
and
helping,
that has helped tremendously.
yeah,
Cause sometimes you just kind of miss that when you're focused on the image here and then all of a sudden, cause you used to ding me on that all the time, I'd have a little sliver
yes,
on the side. I'm like, damn, I missed that.
things like that help.
Can't misread.
Right.
It's true, and that would definitely help you see something like that. And then if you're able to look, like Todd will output his to a flash drive, and then he puts it up on the TV and looks at it big. And that's another way to
Catch
really
those.
catch those little goodies. Other than that, I'd say just work on your, just like I said, the text, drop shadows. Maybe decide to put that text up in the sky. And it'll make it easier to see.
Yeah, the other thing you could do, Bob, is like Kevin was saying, you can actually go back to that video of the processing plant and capture a image
Still,
and just make it a still
oh, sure,
and put that in and then
add
just,
some zoom.
yes,
So maybe you take a shot like that, do a screen grab,
right,
and then just add a little digital zoom to it.
yeah.
That would be a good way to save it. Yeah. Okay, does anybody have anything else on that? Well, thank you, Bob.
Oh, one other thing,
Oh, yeah,
one trick for shooting through glass is to put the camera right up against the glass. That helps avoid some of the reflections.
You bet. Well, I would also second that by saying sometimes, like, you've got your lenses on your camera. And what I try to do is I get that as close as I can. I may not be able to do it like this because it's not the shot I want. But then I will, let's say I want to shoot like that, then I'll put my hand here to block any possible reflection. And that helps too. So that's another little trick to shoot through glass. Okay. Well, thank you for that, Bob. All right. Last video of the day. This is something I've done, and God forbid, I've done narration. I'm scared. I spilled my knitting marker.
What?
Yes. Yes. I did narration, and like you, I hate my voice. It's horrible. But anyway, this is 1 year ago from Friday. I was shooting for the first time in Altadena, California from the wildfires. And I saw that on my calendar. Oh, it's been a year. Wow. Okay, so I put a little bit together. I did some narration. I'm scared, to show you this, but let's see what I got. I was on site in Altadena, California, documenting the cleanup efforts following the Eaton fire that struck in January of 2025. The fire destroyed 2 water reservoirs serving approximately 13,000 Altadena residents. Embers ignited the wooden roofs of both structures, causing them to catch fire and collapse, with debris falling into the reservoir basins below. Thanks to generous community donations, contractors were hired to remove the debris with the goal of restoring the reservoirs and resuming service to the Altadena community. Let's fast forward 10 months to January 29th, 2026. When I arrived at the Altadena Reservoir site, once again, I was expecting to see a completed project, but to my surprise, nothing had been done in the last 10 months. I don't know what the holdup is or why nothing has happened. Who's dropping the ball and not getting this reservoir back online? As I look around the Altadena area, there is some rebuilding going on, but not nearly as much as you might think. What's happened to the people of Altadena that lived here before the Eaton fire? Will they ever come back at some point? Only time will tell.
You can do it.
Bill says I can do it. Yeah, I hate doing it.
You just need to improve the quality of that audio of
Yeah.
the recording.
As in my narration?
No, it's fine. But what did you record it on your phone?
No. I have a small mic. I did not break out the big camera and all the good stuff.
Yeah, it's so tinny.
Yeah. Well,
But you did a great job. What I've been telling this guy this for years. He won't do it. And he finally did, and he did a good job.
Well, thank you. Well, it was an interesting project to do because of seeing, I fully expected when I was there at the end of January, wow, this is gonna be done, they're gonna have water in this again for the residents. And to see nothing has happened, it's insane to me. And you're
Kevin is California.
yeah, I know, but it's still insane when we think of 13,000 residents got water from that facility. And to still not have water,
They don't
Now,
have they don't have 13,000 residents.
that's true too. That's true too.
And they don't have water.
Well, they have water from some other sources, but I think that I can't remember the exact percentage they had told me. It was either somewhere about 30% of the water for the town came from that reservoir. So, yeah.
More toward the earlier part of the film, I noticed kind of a very black, smoky edge, more on the left side than any place else.
Black smoky edge.
Yeah, very light, like it.
Was that during the, hang on.
Well, I can see it in a couple spots there.
I was thinking this. Is that what you're thinking?
No, it was over on the left side, along the left and top corner.
Oh, like right there?
I don't see it now. There.
I'm not sure.
Way down to the bottom.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know that anything is, the video is fine in terms of the quality.
Yeah.
I got my mask around the edge. That's about it, which is darkening that just a little bit.
Okay, then maybe that's it.
Okay.
You put that mask on your whole video.
It's on the whole video. Yeah. That's, I love having a mask because it just creates drama in the images. So by having that all the way around, and it's a very light mask, and it probably is only coming in this far, but it's just gradated and soft. And I've given that before, and I can send that file to anybody that wants it. You just drop it on top of your video, and it just creates that little bit of extra drama to anything. Yeah.
I like the way it created a mystery. You're in color at the very end, and then it goes to black and white. What happened to the water?
Right. Yeah, that was something that I did this in the whole shots in color, and then I was like, let's give it something, So basically all I'm doing is I'm cutting the video at a point somewhere in this transition, and I'm dropping the color. So like in here somewhere, I've cut the video, I've got color before, black and white, then I just add a cross dissolve. And that just gives me the nice, smooth change from black and white, or from color to black and white. So on the very first version, I didn't do that. And then something I thought, okay, we kind of are adding black and white to give it some mood. Let's do that at the end. Yeah.
Okay. On your video or audio presentation,
Yeah.
to me, there were times it just sounded like you were reading it.
Oh, I am.
Where I understand that
Yes.
working on going from reading it to having it more like a conversation.
Yes.
It just brings a different
I would agree.
tone to it.
I would agree. I think that's why I'm uncomfortable doing narration in that regard.
Well, you'll get it with practice.
No, I won't.
Are these burned out lots?
Oh, yeah.
All these are burned out.
Oh, yeah. These are all, there were some homes that are still there, that were there, but these are all gone.
Oh, wow.
This is new construction and that was new construction. But yeah, I mean, it's, when you go to these areas and you see this, it's staggering if you look at the front end. There, that's the house that you saw at the very end.
Oh, yeah.
Everything else is gone. Nothing. So to see that in person,
But they removed the debris.
they removed the debris, but they're having issues with getting building permits.
Yeah.
And
It's California.
It's California.
Cost.
Some people didn't have insurance. House is gone. You don't have the money to rebuild. You end up selling a lot.
It's Altadena, it's not Malibu, so
No, but this is working, Altadena is a
working class.
kind of a working class area to some degree, but one thing that's interesting, if you look at this house here on the right, that's all new construction. That house, that size, that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
Somebody bought 2 lots and they're able to build. Same with that monster in the back. So there are people that are doing stuff, but to think that there's not much that's gone on in a year is amazing. So anyway.
I thought your choice of music was interesting.
Well, yes, as you like that kind of heartbeat.
I think it set the mood for kind of a problem area.
Yes.
So,
To set the mood for the drama.
Yeah. Thanks. That was something that I was looking for, something that was consistent in terms of that mood. Because there's a lot of stuff that's kind of cinematic that starts off kind of slow and then it builds into this very frenetic pace. And at some point, that's going to fight with your narration. So something that was consistent on the way through was what I was looking for.
Sidebar. What's
Yeah.
happened with the church, cleanup from the churches, they started rebuilding that.
Oh, I had not heard anything about the church. I shot.
You shot a lot of that.
Yeah, we did a lot. Civic Palisades, there was a Presbyterian church that was completely destroyed, and we were there for the cleanup on that. And I have no idea. I don't even know if I can get back into the Palisades without a pass in that area. So I did not even bother to look. So, yeah.
Might have been interesting if you could have gone out and found a shot of this area before it burned down, put that at the beginning and show the contrast.
Well, the thing is, like I went to Google Maps, and if you look at satellite view, it's showing you the current.
They updated.
They've updated, and what's going on, and so it's interesting. It would have been great. I would love to have found a picture. I looked for something that showed that original, and I couldn't find anything. So there was nothing out there. So anyway, that was my first attempt. It'll probably be my last attempt. I'll leave the talking to others.
Try the AI on your voice.
Yeah, well, that's that. To me, I think it's a hard thing to write. I'm not a writer. I'm a visual person. And so I think that we all have our strengths in terms of what we do, how we do it. Todd's become very good at it. Sam's good at narration, writing and narration and telling the story. And it just, to me, is very clunky. I don't know. I'd rather just have an interview with somebody or let somebody else do the action and the talking. So anyway, but that's probably the first and last time you'll ever see, unless I re-record the audio, Phil, and maybe once I get the camera out, good camera in the microphone.
Well, the audio is just so tinny.
Yeah.
And I don't know if microphone. I have
It's
no
probably
idea.
the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway. All right.
And did you surround yourself?
Go into the closet.
No, I did not. I did not do the blanket time. No, because I'm like, screw it. I'm not a professional voiceover guy. I'm not.
So you recorded it in a shower?
Yeah, there was no special setup. Okay. Does anybody have anything else for today? If not, we are done. We meet again next week. I believe it's is it the 30th?
Yeah.
I think is next. Yeah, the 30th is next Monday. Get out and shoot some videos so we don't have to listen to my voice. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.